Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. It's been a few weeks since I have run on a Saturday, one from a move, another from the other move related things. The move is not completed for the entire family, but part of the Rogers family has moved, and the other part will move soon. It's Saturday as I record this, and that means it's Star Wars Saturdays. We are continuing our quarterly, that's probably going to go a little longer than a quarter, run of Jedi Hearts, which is a hack of Masks, a new generation, reskinned for Padawans. And in 2026, our timeline that we're playing in is the Clone Wars era timeline. So as you can see behind me, if you're watching the YouTube video, it is on Coruscant, the capital planet of the Republic. There is no empire here. So that's way far. We'd never even heard of an empire in this thing. We have a smaller cast this week. One player will be joining us in possibly an hour or so, but Adesh, unfortunately, is family stuff to take care of. We knew this going in. So, Adesh, we look forward to having you back next week. It's also going into summertime, so the we will have some popcorn stuff where folks will be around, maybe not able to play, some people playing from hotels. It's going to be wild, but we will continue trudging forward into the wonder that is Jedi Hearts. Speaking of the wonder of Jedi Hearts, let's go quickly around the horn to talk to our two players. Oh, before I do that, we do use safety tools as part of the Open Hearth community, which this game was posted, and all of the members who are playing are part of the Open Hearth community. We use safety tools as an important part of games. And if you're not watching this on YouTube, but listening to it on the All In podcast feed for Open Hearth Actual Play, we're playing over video and voice via Zoom. I will do my best to describe things, but it's visual. I'm going to show pictures. I'm going to show a map at some point. So that's a thing that I'm committing to you that will happen. But let's meet our cast. Let's start from the right hand side of the character keeper because there's just two. But we're going to start from the right, which is technically the middle for the characters displayed on our character keeper. Mark, if you could, please save me from talking on and on and on. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, I'm Mark. I use he and them pronouns. My name is clearly Lally Holstack, who I'm playing on the Hotshot playbook. Lally has a couple of sweet orange lightsabers, and yeah, it's super cool. Super cool. Doesn't care about anything or anyone for real.
For real. Yeah, I spent an inordinate amount of time this morning trying to figure out conceptually how I could get two orange lightsabers in the character keeper and then realized this is a waste of your time, Richard Rogers. Please stop. Steven, please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Hi, my name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Thana Boor, whose pronouns are they, them. Um, and Thana is a Mon Calamari or a Mon Cal, the squid people from Return of the Jedi. And he is an albino. He is the Scarred playbook, and he has, a light blue lightsaber. And he kind of has a chip on his shoulder because his people rejected him as a something weird, a freak. And he's trying to get his feet underneath him here at the Jedi Academy to, form a different kind of friendship family and still be safe. Yeah.
Excellent. In our last session, we had an A plot and a B plot. The A plot primarily was that uh, Master Isla Sakura asked the group to help find a lost holocron. And sir, not appearing in this film, Evnos Roslazal, there we go. Evnos, our um, disciple Zeltron, did meet up with Tekla, one of our NPC Padawans, and talked her into giving up the holocron, but also Nil, not appearing in today, Andush's character, Nil Tassan, was in a friendly sparring match against Sylphony CC, the Kasurian. And Sylphony unfortunately cut off Nil's hand. Luckily, that was a cybernetic hand, but still not great. Nil considered leaving the order because that fight gave that character a whole lot of conditions. Evnos attempted to talk Nil into staying, and simultaneously, Thana was talking to Sylphony, saying, "Hey, you can apologize to Nil. Everything's going to be okay." Sylphony was very distraught and had just determined that now she must be inflicted by the dark side because she did this terrible thing and nearly killed her friend. Nil, I don't know if Nil considers Sylphony in any way, shape, or form a friend. Sylphony maybe has a one sided friendship here, but Sylphony and Thana came to see Nil, and we had determined as a this is our cliffhanger. We had determined that the weird compromising position was that Neil had shoved Evnos against the wall during their heated conversation, and that's what would be what Sophony and Thana discovered. However, we now have no Nil and have no Evnos. So we're going to elide that. That was one of those promises made that are not going to be kept, at least not at the opening of this session. First thing, mechanics. Being a session, the MC or the GM adds one to the pool. So your team pool is now two. I have done that in the character keeper. Instead of picking up right at that moment where the two had an interaction, we're going to elide it entirely. We may flash back to it. We may not. It may be one of those things that ends up on the editing room floor and people are like, what? How did that go? I wrote fanfic about that. And you should have. If you wanted to resolve it in your mind canon, go for it. We instead pick up with the nightly rituals of everyone preparing for bed, and it's a musical montage, some heavy music there. And one of the things that we see in that montage is our temple dorm rooms, which we have to find. We see that Evnos is in his room, the room he shares with Nil, but we do not see Nil. But then Alali and Thana, the two of you are roommates. You are about to lay down when the door slides open and Sylphony Cece, the Kasurian, pokes her head in. I need your help. Can you help me?
Is it Nil?
Yes, now. It's important. Nell's run
We're,
away. And I think she went down into the underworld.
I think before the second sentence even begins, Alali's out of bed.
Nice, nice.
I think Thana's like, uh, are you sure she just isn't here? What makes you think she's? I mean, she could be here, right?
No, she's not here. I checked the cameras and she went out. She went out. She left the temple.
She said she was going to run away.
We have to find her. We have to tell her I'm sorry. And maybe she needs to chop off my hand. I don't know, but we got to go find her.
I don't think that's going to be necessary, but I think
We could
we
get
should
like
find her,
matching
yes.
cybernetic hands together, though. I brought some money. She hefts a little bag and hear the clink of many, many, many credits
What for?
for buying new hands. At least one.
So I think Thana gets up and is like, okay, um, we should go, and goes over to like the closet and everything and pulls things out of the closet. Pulls out a cloak, a gray cloak, like a black cloak, because I wear monochromatic kind of stuff, and
Hmm.
pulls it up over his head.
I can't
Um,
even tell who you are.
that's right.
Donna, where'd you go?
And then it's like, okay, you said that you looked at the cameras. We need to go delete our pictures off of the cameras and maybe Nils as well.
Oh, I'm so glad I asked you to come with me because I would never have thought of that, that they would also have cameras of us and we should avoid it. We're probably going to get in
But if
trouble. I know I'm
something
asking a lot of
happens,
you.
if something happens while we're down there, don't we want someone to know that we went?
Let's leave a note. Let's leave a hollow here in the room. And we'll
Yeah,
make it so it's only active after a day so that, we won't get in trouble.
that's a great idea. Should we record a holo together telling everyone goodbye?
Yeah.
Okay. Evnos,
Wake up,
uh,
Evnos.
it
What
is
the fuck?
it is bedtime. I've switched.
Bedtime.
It is bedtime, right? We had cliffhangered in our last session with Evnos and Nil in a confrontation, and with the idea that Thana and Sylphony would step in to discover you, but Dash is not here, so I am skipping ahead a bit, and it is that evening. Evnos, as we pick up the scene, we cut to Evnos. You're in your room, which you share with Nil, and Neil has not returned. And it Neil often goes out for an evening run, but also talked about leaving. And you hear some conversation. Right? These rooms are pretty close to each other. Your catty corner, or across from Alali and Thana's room, and uh, you see that the door is slightly open to their room, and you see that Sylphony Cece, the Kasurian, is in there with them. Alali's fully dressed, ready to go. Thana has on this totally dope looking monochromatic cloak. I think it's Thana. It might be someone else because that cloak is very effective. This is proven Star Wars canon that if you put on a cowl, no one. It's like a black cap in an MCU movie. It's all you need to do to obfuscate yourself from all eyes. Um, but what does the Evnos looking across the hall to Alali and Thana and Sylphony CC recording a quick video explanation of where they are? I don't think we need to, although it would be amusing because I know Mark would probably have a great job, doing a fantastic job improvising a video. But what is it? Hey, we've gone to the underground to find Nil recording. Are there any heartfelt moments that you leave behind your message because you're probably going to get in trouble or possibly might die?
Yeah, I think it's less of a goodbye and more like just in case, here are some breadcrumbs so you can, but we'll be back for sure. You probably won't even see this.
Nice, nice, nice. Sweet. Uh, and Donna, any other bits that you want to include in that message, or is there anything else that we notice Donna's struggling with?
Um, I just want you to know that we weren't forced to do this. We're doing this of our own free will. So, yeah. Um, and don't come looking for us. We'll be back.
And then Sylphanie lists out the names of all of her sisters. There are six of them. She was the seventh. Um, Telling them goodbye, and then they start to sneak out. Evnos, you see, it looks like they're sneaking out.
What
What do
on?
you do?
Yeah, I think Evnos hears some of this, then looks, sees y'all dressed like this, like, what on? Oh no, what is the equivalent of what on earth in Star Wars?
Oh, that's true. What in Coruscant?
What in Coruscant? Yeah, what in Coruscant are you guys doing? Because
Keep your
he
voices
comes
down.
out, he's got jammies on.
We're going to go find Nil. She's run away.
You're sure Nails run away. What makes you sure of that?
Saw it on camera.
Mhm.
You saw it on camera.
Yes.
And where is she running away to? Do
And
you?
Stephanie starts walking down the
Nope.
hall like this is not a long conversation thing. She is in action. She is going.
This is no, stop. No, we should tell the masters if she ran away.
Olali, stun her. Stun him. Stun Evnos.
Like we don't want her to get in trouble. We just want to,
They'll kick Nil out.
yeah,
She's like half a person anyway. She's more machine than person. We gotta save her.
You should adjust how you look at that. Like that's a you problem right there. She's a person. Uh, but so what, you're all gonna get kicked out instead?
No, we're gonna go get her and bring her back.
yeah. No one's gonna get kicked out
Yeah.
unless someone snitches.
Yeah, are you a tattletale?
Yes. This where has she run away to? Is at least somewhere like where are you going to go with what?
And then she sighs dramatically and she puts her hand to her head and then she goes, "You didn't see us leave." Just nothing happens, Evnas.
I'm
What?
clearly watching you try to leave right now. Where are you going? Maybe if she's just like
She didn't see us
outside.
leave.
Guess I'm watching you with my own my eyes right now.
I've noticed if we get in trouble, you're getting in trouble too,
Why would I get in trouble?
because we're gonna say that you were in it. It was your idea.
That's a great idea. You're totally gonna get kicked out.
So whether you go with us or not, doesn't matter, I guess.
Alali, I think you are attempting to provoke Evnos
Yeah.
into coming with you.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
provoke someone susceptible to your words, say what you're trying to get them to do and roll with consular.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get them to come with us. Let's see, what is my counselor?
It's two. You're
Oh,
so good at this. You're the
dang.
best
Okay.
provoker.
This is what I'm good at, I guess. Do I have a special provoke thing? When someone tries
Oh,
to
do
provoke
you?
Yeah, you have a
me?
-2. You're guilty.
Oh no, I'm also.
Oh, it's just flat zero. Athana, you can. Oh, that's right. Helping his team pool.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Mislead, distracted, trick. Okay, yeah. So just rolling straight up then.
Yep. Two to
There
zero.
we go. That's a 7.
Sweat. Awesome.
Uh, yeah, so you can rise to the bait, mark a condition, or choose one of the things on the list.
Yeah. No, it's actually for PCs. So
That's for
you
PCs,
can,
yeah. Mark
yeah, for
potential
PCs
or mark
7 and 9,
condition.
choose one. If they do it, they mark potential, or if they don't do it, they mark a condition. You mark, choose, is it carrot or stick for
Oh,
Evnos
that's right.
potential?
Yeah. If you don't do it, you mark a condition. Stick.
You're muted, Kay, in case you are responding.
Sorry, I am hemming and hawing right now. What I think Evnos might actually do, but what might probably be better for game. Uh, and so I think you say this, and Evnos looks unhappy, like pretty clearly, and is like, "Fine, we are going to get her, and we will be quick, and we will do this in a professional manner, like Jedi. And if this ever happens again, you will
I
not do this."
I promise I will never cut off Nils' hand again.
You didn't
Not that
cut off
much.
Nell's hand.
I
Well,
Well,
literally did.
technically, she did.
but that doesn't. It goes back on. All right, 1 second, because he's in jammies. And he turns back around and goes to his and Nils' room, changes, also dons a cloak,
Nice.
uh, and comes back out, and it says, "So where actually are we even going looking for her?"
I know where she's at. She's from the underworld, the underground. There are many, many layers underneath Coruscant. This is level 5,000 or so that sees the sun. But this world is ancient. And you guys are walking down
Yeah.
out of the thing, and you're walking down the hallways as Symphony CC is explaining animatedly, doing the exposition of. And they would build new layers every time going up. And she's from 1313. So it's very far down. But they have travel pathways, tubes, and areas. So but I I have access to it. Not a ship exactly. It's more like a speeder or a shuttle. A shuttle, I think. I don't know. It works, and I have it. But so, and you guys are so not a roll because I am more interested in you leaving than failing to leave. But how do you leave the temple? Do you head into one of the lower areas that might have a window and like sneak out a window? Is there an underground passage that you use? Do you? Her ship is not docked against the
Ah,
the temple. She's saying that she has a shuttle that is basically warehoused a block away from the temple. And if you're looking at the picture behind me, like one of those nearby buildings.
Mhm.
I think we go out through the visitor center. So I think there's like, this is where visitors come in and out, and we sneak our way down there because there's going to be a lot more traffic down there at different times. And I think I suggested that we see if we can erase ourselves from the cameras. So I think that might be a little bit easier to sneak around the cameras down there. And then we won't really be in as much trouble because we're not like destroying Jedi data. We're just destroying like public data.
Mhm.
Sure. Yeah, I love that.
So, unfortunately, uh, you said, come with us. You did not say, don't tell. So, I'm assuming there's a level of reaching out with the force that one can do,
One can
like to
attempt
like
to
someone
do
else.
such things. Yeah,
Or can
there,
attempt.
there are
So
moves
I
and
think Emnos
everything.
is gonna attempt to just tell Stacey what's going on. He's like, I'm gonna go with them and we're gonna get them, but just so you know, this is what's happening, Stacey. Like, I'm only doing this because I have to, but he's going with so they don't tell it.
Excellent. I think you are unleashing the force
Yeah, that sounds about right.
because you're trying to extend your senses. And so you will roll with Savant.
All right.
Your Savant's a 2. You're pretty good at this. This will be fine.
9.
Excellent. On a 7 to 9. So on a hit, you do it. On a 7 to 9, mark a condition or the GM. That's me. Even though I titled myself as an MC, I'll be making a change. I forgot this game is GM related instead of MC. The GM will tell you how it is unstable or temporary or weakened. Yeah.
So which one are we doing?
You have the choice. You
Oh, I
mark a
choose.
condition. You either mark a condition or you tell me, yeah, I'm not going to mark a condition, and I get to tell you how things go badly.
Okay, no, I'll mark a condition.
Awesome. Awesome.
Um, I think he's feeling a little guilty.
Amazing.
That's why he's tattling.
There we go. Sweet. You're gonna
So
be
I think, yeah,
double guilty. I love this. This is
double
great.
guilty, yeah.
Sweet.
So as they're walking, he's like not necessarily listening. He's letting Thana like lay out this plan and is not paying attention to it at all. He's just kind of skulking behind the group and is like, Master Stacey, I have to inform you about an emergent situation.
Go ahead, my Padawan.
Uh, there has been a juvenile kerfuffle amongst my peers, and I am going with them to retrieve one of them who has made a foolish decision in youthful haste.
I see. That is honorable. May the force be with you.
We will be back as soon as possible. We are heading towards 1313.
Be vigilant. You
Yes,
are
Master.
Your fellow Padawans will need you.
That is why I'm going. They are in need. And like in his head, like he's like, definitely not because I'd get in trouble if I didn't. And then yeah, he'll let it go and look up to make sure he's with the group.
Yeah. Evnos has to catch up because Evnos was distracted for a few moments as you guys headed out of the visitor center. And it's tranquil inside the Jedi Temple, right? And the moment you step out, there's that stepping out into a busy street. All of the it's evening, right? But we still have those rows and rows of speeders zipping past in the ordered lanes that are set up. And
Rush
uh,
hour.
yeah, I don't think Sophie is smart enough to put on a cloak, so she just like looks around. The rest of you guys are all cloaked and everything, so she very much stands out. And
Oh, so quickly, Evnos is just next to her and has like a hand on her upper back to like tilt her head down and be like, if you look like that and gawk, we're not going to make it one floor below, let alone thousands.
oh, I guess maybe it's okay that you came, since you're very helpful.
I am
And
very helpful.
so you guys head across like a Duracrete street, and then there is this warehouse, and she clicks a little button on a remote. The gate opens up, and you step inside, and you see underneath a huge tarp is a small shuttle. She goes, starts pulling off the tarp, and then it comes like, over her head. At one point, you see revealed is a decent shuttle. Probably doesn't have a hyperdrive. Looks fancier than it should. It looks Clone Wars era. It does not look original trilogy era. So it is not a silvery thing like Padme's shuttle, but
Mm.
it is a small functional little shuttle that probably has a few doodads and the like. And you see that it is emblazoned with some of the Kasurian uh, nobility marks. I don't know if any of you would recognize such things, but basically pretty script that looks a little bit like Arabic, you know? And and then she hits another little button on her remote and the little gangway opens up in the back. It's one of those where the gangplank is in the back right by the engine.
Mm.
So um and she if think about for size, think about a runabout from Star Trek. I hate to cross wires, but I do think
Yeah.
that's a great way to think of the size of this thing.
Like a
Easily can
raptor from Battlestar. Yeah.
like a raptor from Battlestar. That definitely is a better idea. So, and Sylphanie will step up the little thing. I didn't arrive here on this. This is something that my eldest sister left for me.
Do you know how to fly it?
No, can one of you fly?
I've done several simulations, piloting exercises.
Maybe we should walk.
Oh, the force will guide me. It'll be fine. And she walks over and she's going to get in the pilot seat unless somebody knocks her out of the way and it says they confidently can fly.
Evnos is going to assess as she like sits down. What is she doing? Because that will determine whether he feels like he needs to take her spot or not.
She sits in and looks confident for just a moment and then starts peering over the consoles. And this is not a Star Trek dashboard. This is a Star Wars dashboard. Lots of toggles. Yeah, lots of things to flip, dials to adjust, kind of ASCII art displays of information. She does bring up some systems. We hear it will start to hum to life. But then she does a thing of like, I think I think this, and I think this, and then something. Oh no, not that, not that.
Get up, Albany. You are not equipped for this.
I the force will guide me. Oh, you're right though. The dark side is influencing me now. I might fly us into a wall.
No, you just don't have tactical training, and this is a
Are you just
tactical
going to
mission.
fly us right back to the temple, Evnos, or are you on board with this? Because I have the feeling that you are a tattletale.
That's
We
because
know
you
that
know
for a
who I am
fact.
and I am responsible. But no, I have agreed to help, so I am helping. And first of all, none of us can go back to the temple or help Nil if you splatter us against a wall.
But what makes you better at this?
I've done simulation trainings, piloting excursions.
So simulation's the same?
No,
Does
but
it
it's
make
better than nothing.
Okay. You should just fly. Do it.
So yeah, Evanos like takes a deep breath and focuses on the hours he's spent practicing with Stacey, and yeah, goes to do it.
Excellent. I think based on what you have set up, it sounds like you are taking a chance to see.
Probably.
So when you take a chance and do something risky, roll with Renegade. Oh my, you get to see the
Oh fuck.
Renegade side for Evnos?
Oh no. Please. Oh, that's a bad life choice on my part there. Oh
Delightful.
God. Because I was like, it literally says he's done pilot training with his master, and I'm like, ah, shnikes. But he's so worried that he's doing the wrong. Oh, cutie patootie.
Hmm.
Yikes.
Oh wow. Um, the, um, Symphony is in the like co-pilot. I imagine there are a couple of other chairs, maybe one chair that's like slightly off to the side that could be used to work on sensors and shields and the like, and then but just a regular ass. I'm a passenger chair, right? Um, and Sylphanie sits beside you because she needs to open the doors, and the door like cycles. It's a hangar in the warehouse, right? It cycles open to the air and see all of the ships above you, and the shuttle starts to hover up. And Evnos, there's a point where you're hovering up, and boy, it's very responsive. And you clip the edge of the iris of the warehouse, and we hear this, and then boom, you come free, and we see on the side the exterior shot of the shuttle. There's like this bunch of metal that's kind of raining down. Thank you for readjusting. Oh no, it overdid it. Zoom's trying to adjust the cameras for me moving around. It's very funny. So, but what do we see from Alali and Thana as Evnos is not the best pilot you've ever seen?
Gripping tightly onto whatever is nearby while trying to appear cool and failing terribly.
Amazing.
Donna's looking out the window screen and is like, "Oh, look out! Oh!" and is completely backseat drivering. Yeah.
Evnos, they have no. Oh, Alali seems okay. Symphony snickers at the scraping sound. Oh, my sister's going to be so upset. And then Thana is backseat driving. So I think you had a moment for Spotlight. You said you were the expert, and you kind of are not doing so high. I'd like to see you take a powerful blow.
Yeah, that feels right. That
Mhm.
feels
Oh, don't forget to mark potential for that
right. Yes.
failed
Mhm.
roll.
Got it. Okay, could have been a lot worse.
7.
7.
Yeah, it could be worse. Could be definitely worse. So when you take a powerful blow, you roll plus conditions, you roll +1. On a 7 to 9, choose one. You lash out at someone, provoke a fellow student to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence over them to inflict the condition. You give ground, your opposition gains a huge opening. You struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions. I love all of those answers.
I think it's struggle past the pain. This
Yeah.
is put yeah, this is put up or shut up. This is okay, no, I know what I'm doing. I am responsible. I have professional confidence, precision, tactical awareness. Get in the game, Evnos. Like, so I think he's angry and insecure.
Lovely.
As he's like, just give me a moment. It's a little bit different than the simulator. And he like takes hold of it and like pulls up and like yeah,
You're
gets
doing great,
going.
Ednos. This is good. Just concentrate.
Oh, look out for that ship! Ah!
So we we have a bit of Evnos navigating, and after a few minutes before you enter the first terminal that will take you down towards the underworld, you eventually get a feeling of it. Sure, it's not perfect, but you at least know, okay, if I push this much, it's gonna zip this much. And by the time you start to lower the shuttle down amid all of the other traffic, it's not the worst. Sure.
Student driver
Someone
on
should
board
probably
sign.
have the little display of like caution student driver, but the shuttle is working. You haven't run into anyone. And I think this is where we will take our mid-game bio breaks. A little on the early side, but I think it's a good point for us to do that so we can do a quick cut when we come back. So let's do that. So we pick up with the shuttle coming down. There's this shaft of light, and you see the subterranean. I really should have changed my background to help give you an idea of underground. I feel very dumb. Oh, goodness. What a smart thing would have been if past me had been prescient enough, because I do have some 1313 backgrounds, he says, as he tries to find those things that he had back in the day. And so, um, imagine very cyberpunk 2077 the 2077 vibes. However, there is no sun. There are artificial lights. There is a actual crust or a level above 1313 that is 1314. And here there is a nearly pervasive amount of haze from all of the here we go, lovely, now you have there's a haze from smoke, chemical pollutants. There are ships or speeders that zip by here, but it's there aren't lanes. Their movements are more furtive. um, there seem to be eyes in the shadows. And the shaft of light that is you coming down 4,000 levels. So this travel is takes some time. But you are directed to landing, and Ev knows it turns out that this shuttle has automated landing capabilities. So you just initialize, and then it comes in, and there's a nice little coupling, and the four of you are now walking down the gangplank through the engines that are cooling. We have that cool smoke curling up from the pair of engines. And I am curious. You are now on 1313, a very foreign place, quite
Yes.
unlike Coruscant, or at least the surface of Coruscant. Oh, and let me share with you fulfilling a promise that I made earlier. I have a cool map of 1313 that some folks may recognize, and some folks may not, and that's okay. Let me quickly share screens to give you an idea of what you're looking at. So the docks are where you come down. There is a tab in our character keeper now, 1313. And there are a number of interesting areas here. There's the Rend, which is a part of 1313. By the way, none of this is 1313 canon. So if you are well versed in actual ass Star Wars lore about the underground or underworld underneath Coruscant, you may be pulling your hair out, and I'm sorry. But we, like Kevin Feige, have license to create our own canon, and that's what we're doing. So this is canon from another game that some of the players have participated in that I didn't create but love dearly. So we have the docks here. There's a large fish market. A lot of these areas you can hover over for a bit of information. So the primary food processing zone where eels, crabs, and fungus are turned into what is called fish. The eponymous market is a quarter of yeah, it's a quarter of wholesale vendors. And like, and we have the garrison, Sec, which is the security area, the foundry, the warrens, the gardens, definitely not gardens. The gardens are uh, stretch of the district dedicated to eel crab and fungus farms. So that's where most of the food production is. Bright Market is where Sylphony suggests that you go. Bright Market, she would say, is the business quarter. And she reveals that um, my sister has an office here. Um, but we probably don't want to go there yet. It's too late. She's already in bed, I'm sure. Uh, but there you go. That is a quick perusal of the map and
It's
description.
it's very fortunate that you had, you know, these directions. I like the idea of Bright Market because it's so close to the security group, and if we get in trouble, we can. I mean, that's got to be the safest part of this
Sure.
place.
Would Neil go there, or would she be scared that they would be looking for
I've
her?
noticed you've roomed with her for a while. Did she ever talk about home?
You don't have those kinds of discussions.
I think
And
as we're getting out of the shuttle, I would like to assess the situation, just get the vibe of the place
I love it. Way
while
to
we're
engage with
here.
the system. Good job.
Yeah. I think that is, yeah, I'm still guilty, so
Roll with
uh
consular -2. So you're rolling flat again.
roll flat again. That's a nine.
9. On
So,
a 9, you get to ask one question.
hmm. Um, what here is the biggest threat?
Amazing. So, as you guys are scanning the docks and looking at maybe a hollow map that Sylphony brings up on a little communicator that she has, and she's talking about Brightmark and all that things. Thana's asked the question, Alala, your eyes train to the outside and look for threats, and you see that there are. Rich is gonna quick look at the names of species helper, and I think that you see there are a group of Rhodian who are similarly colored, the greens and deeper yellows. 6 of them around your age, they are eyeing your shuttle, but even like you see one of them eyes trail Sylphony, and then they tap and say a couple words, and they seem to be trailing after you. That is, and so we're clear, they do appear to have hidden some weapons.
Oh, guys, I think we should be careful of everything here.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I think we should. Sophony you should probably pay a porter or something like that to keep an eye on the shuttle because that's what you do in bad areas of town, right?
oh, yes, of course. And she goes, is there a porter around here? And Gamorrean will lumber up from what? I need someone to watch over my little shuttle. I have money. I will pay. Half now, half later. Uh, sure. And so she hands him a handful of credits, and he looks at them with his piggish eyes. And half later, hmm picks up his little vibro axe and waddles over to stand and kind of lean against the shuttle protectively.
I'm so glad we have you with us, Sophony.
Yeah, the
I
credits
think
were
he's
good.
afraid of
Yeah,
me. I think he's afraid of me. He senses the dark side.
I think we would sense the dark side before he would.
Do you sense the dark side?
No, I think. Well, I haven't checked lately, but I haven't sensed the dark side in you, so I think we're fine.
definitely don't.
Okay. Okay.
So let's go to the. You said the bright markets because that's near where your sister is, right?
Uh-huh. Let's go to Bright Markets.
Yeah.
So we pick up with the lot of you walking past the garrison where you see a number of clone troopers are training, and there's a squad of them march nearby Sec, which is effectively like the non-republic course. It's Sec, so it's the security group. It's like your non-soldier peacekeepers,
Mhm.
which and I'm pulling a little bit of Star Wars canon. They are either droids or masked because the criminal element here. This is not information Sylphony is sharing. I'm sharing with the players. The criminal element here is known to, if they mark someone as a police person, they go after them personally to either turn them or turn them or kill them.
Who would
So,
do
so
that?
yeah, that's a, I don't know. I've heard something terrible about some daggers or something that do this kind of stuff, but so, but Bright Market is illicit. Like you, I don't know if Evnos. Sorry, I know Evnos knows the smell of spice because where
Mm.
Evnos is from, that is a thing that people know. But the smell of spice is heavy in the air, not enough to give you much of a contact high. There are bright neon colors. Here dozens of different types of music emanating from various clubs. There's like not a red light district as much as just a nightclub district that you pass through at Bright Market. And Sylphony, you can see she has that like, oh, look at those trinkets at these various little kiosks and the like that seem to tempt her. But she keeps keeping herself focused on trying to stay. Okay, I have to remember. We're looking for Nil, not those gorgeous earrings. Looking for Nil. What about Fauna? What do we see of Fauna as you are working through Bright Market?
So I'm trying to keep Sophie directed. So I think as she gets distracted, I'll walk over and kind of reach out and put a hand on her and kind of guide her back. But I think once we get towards Bright Market, I'm like, we should totally like um find a bar because that's where people who know things hang out. So let's go back in, let's find a bar and we'll just ask them if they've seen Nil.
It's a great idea. I'm so happy that I brought you, Thana. She squeezes your arm. Uh, so let us determine what is a bar that we go into. There are no named bars here, but I remember a tunnel rats supplement for Star Wars that had a cool like cantina name generator. Let me see if I can find it. Unless someone has a suggestion, which is way better than me hunting for a thing.
The Dirty Womp Rat.
The Dirty Womp Rat is appropriately named cantina that the four of you, Elfnos, how are you handling this?
Evnos looks. He's got uh he's got a he's usually tries to keep a pretty impassive face, but there's still like an etch of worry or concern as he gets closer to this bar, and starts to feel things wash over him from just that kind of environment.
Yeah. As the four of you step into this, the Womp Rat, Alali, you're the last one to step through the portal into the cantina because you find yourself hesitating. There's something familiar here. You can't quite place it. It's one of those. You ever gone to an area and like, is it the music? Have I heard this song before? Is
Mhm.
there a smell I know? Those Rhodians who were trailing you guys, they haven't stopped trailing you. They followed you all the way past Sec and past the garrison. They weave a little bit, and they definitely look like teenage ruffian group.
Mm.
They make rough jokes at your expense occasionally, and you know that they're going to follow you into this cantina, Lolly.
I think I'm gonna wait outside and see if they follow the rest of them in, or if they will like not like right by the door, but just like when the other three go in, it's gonna hang out here for a second and kind of like go 10, 15 feet away from the door and see what the Rhodians do.
Nice. The Rhodians don't see that three of them are going in. One who was in the front is wearing this like leather vest with a bunch of like staples and buttons and weird things on it. He actually like puts a hand out and they stop and he pulls out a little comm unit and whispers into the comm unit real quick and then then they head inside. It
I'll
seem like they're gonna
follow
walk right
behind them.
past you.
Yeah, I'll follow behind them discreetly.
Nice. So we cut into the Womp Rat. Now, the Womp Rat is um it's a lively little cantina here, not large, not a nightclub. There is, however, a couple of tables where there are poles in the middle, and there you see that there is a Togruta male who is gyrating around the pole with a few people around, sitting around and like throwing credits for him to bend down and pick up. Evnos, you see stepping off of the second table, raised table, is one of your people, a beautiful Zeltron woman. When was the last time you saw a Zeltron? What do you do?
He honestly might not have a memory of seeing a Zeltron. I don't think there are many at the temple. Uh, and he got taken when he was like 1 or 2 years old. So honestly, yeah, actually, I don't think he's ever seen another Zeltron in person that he can remember.
Amazing. And when the Zeltron, who has this just beatific, very inviting, open smile as she looks at the people she was just dancing for. She picks up a towel and kind of dabs it up and tosses the towel to one of the guys. The guy's like, "Oh," he treasures the little sweat-covered towel, and she looks across the canteen. And there's a moment when she meets your eyes, Ethnos, and then she just it goes from to and she just very flat. All of the affect of her positive demeanor is gone, and she quickly moves to the bar to to say something to the very big four-armed Ardenian, the, from Solo, the movie Solo, the four-armed character, an Ardenian bartender. Um,
Uh,
what do you do?
so I think Evnos leans forward towards Stephanie Vaughn and says, I think we may have been spotted as someone who doesn't belong.
That's fine. I can take care of that. I'm going to step forward to the woman who just left the bar. She seems like she knows everyone, right? The other's Eltron. And I'm going to pull back the hood so I'm all bright and pink and, white and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm like, can we talk to you for a little bit?
What? What has
We just
happened
have a
to
few
you?
questions.
Is there something wrong with you? Are you sick?
Of course not.
What do you need?
Um, we're looking for a friend. Um, her, Um, could you help us find our friend, or could you direct us to someone who could? There might be
Ev
a finder's fee associated with it. And I glance
nice.
back at Sophony.
Oh, Sylphany's there. He's like, uh-huh, yeah, I've got lots of finder's fees.
Oh God.
Um, Evnos, do you like, are you in on this conversation with
Um,
Fauna and Sylphony? It will have an impact on her.
I honestly, I think he's not involved, but he's clearly watching. Like, I think he's behind Symphony and he's kind of like looking up from his hood and like he's kind of like he doesn't know what to feel. Like he's clearly watching and there's maybe like a bit of a blush on his cheeks. Um but he hasn't said anything yet. He's just clearly watching, clearly a part of this group. Kind of like taking her all in, like looking her over, but not in a sexual way, but just like as if he was like memorizing what she looks like.
The Zeltron female, in answer to your offer and Sylphony's hefting of a bag of credits, are you with that one?
And I
She
think
points
she's
to
pointing at Edna.
Evnos.
Oh, yes.
Ah,
They
yes, hello.
are they we're all friends and we're just trying to find our friend and we won't be any trouble.
I'm sorry. I'm not associated. And she turns and she'll turn her back on you guys.
Excuse me, wait, miss, if I've done something to offend you, I apologize. We really are just looking for our friend. And Evnos, I think, pulls his own hood down. And we see like yeah, swooshy black hair, black blue hair,
Hmm.
the lights hitting the skin pink.
Yeah,
And
it's beautiful. It's like we have all the music,
yeah, yeah.
dun, 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 very presentational. And yeah, what is it?
Yeah, I apologize, if I offended you somehow, but please do not deny assistance for our friend because of me.
Listen, I don't want to get mixed up with any more sun activity, okay?
What is the sun?
Is this some kind of joke? You're
No, listen.
you're a Roslazal, right?
Uh, that is my given name. Yes, Evnos Razal. Although I have not. We are, and he leans in a little. We are Jedi. I. Uh,
She laughs a little bit, like, uh-huh. Um, and we will cut outside to Alali. So your intention was, hey, let the Rhodians go in. I'm going to trail in after them.
Mhm.
And you start to head through the doorway. Then you feel something like holding you back for a moment, physically holding you back. It's not your emotions of causing hesitation. Like something is holding you back. And then the corner of your eye, you see a shadow of movement near an alleyway.
Oh, it's nil. Nil. I'll run after the shadow.
So the shadow is actually steps slightly into the light. And you see a bit of the light cast down on her furry foot. And as you go closer, like, oh, Nil, we found you. You see that it is a young Shistavnin. And after a moment, you recognize her face.
Mm.
Uh, and I have a picture that I'm dropping into our active cast of NPCs. Ignore the lightsaber. She doesn't have a lightsaber. But it is Cyril.
Yeah.
Ollie.
Cyril?
You got a lot of guts coming around here after what you pulled.
After what? Where have you been?
Learning from my new master.
I don't understand.
Why did you leave me behind?
I didn't want to. They they made us go.
Made you? And you let them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why like they said we had to go. I I would do something. I kept asking about you. I've still got your lightsaber.
Give it to me.
I'll take out the left hand one and hold it out.
She snatches it away from
Now you can come back. And
no.
what do you mean no?
I'm not coming to become a Jedi. They
Why
won't
not?
let me, and I've decided it's better this way.
You no. No,
Cut,
someone's messing with you.
cut back inside, and the female Zeltron says, "You're no Jedi. You're a member of the Black Sun. Too old, though. No, he's too old. What are you? Some kind of younger brother?"
Look, we're just looking to find our friend. If you can't help us, well, please help us find someone who can. We don't know about this Black Sun relationship thing.
I don't know what a black sun is. And I think Evnos, without even maybe realizing it, uh, pushes forward like the truthfulness, like the honesty like the confusion,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
the emotions,
Lovely.
to this woman because he's not, yeah, he's a little scatterbrained. And so she can maybe feel that like he really is confused. He doesn't know what this is. Uh, I've, uh, I've not been home, I guess, if I could call it that, since I was smaller than a youngling.
I think you're trying to provoke her
Yeah, that sounds
to
about
to
right.
believe that you are genuine here.
Yeah, that
Let's
feels
see how this
correct.
goes.
Okay, provoke. So that's a 0 because I am guilty. 11.
Nice.
What? You are meant to provoke.
Yeah,
You're
he
born
means it.
with
He's a good boy.
it's true. She
Just pleading eyes.
and she's not gonna ask the permission of some weird awkward. No offense, I'm leaning on the scar thing. I think Thana's lovely and wonderful. To Celtron, she thinks you're weird and horrific looking and probably diseased.
Right.
So she grabs you, Evnos, and tries to pull you off into some back room. Do you
Uh,
let her?
Miss, please don't grab me. We'll go with you.
Just you.
Just, all right. Yes, I'm leading here, so it makes sense that I shall come with you to get this information.
Uh, so Sylphony will look to you, Donna. I think they're going to have sex. Zeltrons have
Now
sex
I'm
all
going
the
to,
time.
yeah, now I want to check everything out. I want to assess the situation and see, is it safe for Evnos to go back, that
Uh-huh.
kind of thing. Get a feel
Yeah,
for this place.
we should
Yeah.
certainly assess the situation.
Okay. That is a 9,
A
which is one
9.
question.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to ask what here is the greatest danger?
What here is in the greatest danger? So you look around and you see those carking Rhodians. A little gang of Rhodians is coming into the room, and it looks like you and Sylphony, especially Sylphony, are in the greatest danger because they're about to make their move.
I think I take Sophie, reach out and I make sure that we're in a more defensible position. Um,
Well,
so
okay, I'll
meaning
dance. It's fine. I'll dance with you, Thana.
like tables between us. Is there, so you described like holes. Is that where we would dance?
Oh, great question. So, no, there's like a small dance floor. There's a
All
bar along the side, and then these tables that I'm totally ripping off of Mass Effect. There was a scene in a bar where there was like you had a solo dancer that would dance in front of you while you sat and drank and ate nachos or whatever and tipped them. So there were a couple of those. Then there's a small dance floor, regular tables, and a lot of stools along a bar that's along this side. So yeah, you're trying to find a defensible position, probably on the other side of the bar, which is
right.
generally the direction of where Evnos and the Zeltron lady went.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so the Armenian bartender will see all those and goes, "Hey, I told you kids to keep out of here." And that is when they draw out their blaster pistols. Uh, Evnos, uh, this Zeltron yanks you into a room. It looks like a storage room, definitely not some illicit place. And she says, "Okay, I believe you, but you need to get out of here because there's
Why?
someone who looks a lot like you, and they're part of one of the most powerful criminal organizations here. Child, you need to leave. This place is dangerous. You are not meant to be here."
Um, we will leave post haste, but we have to finish our mission first. How our friend is missing. This is and her name is Nil. And he'll start describing Nil. Uh, I cannot in good conscience leave her here, especially if you're now telling me there's great danger going on.
And that's when you hear the blaster fire outside.
Uh,
Uh,
oh God, I think we watch. I've noticed pushes her behind him and lifts the lightsaber, and like we just watch it go like zing, and like the two blades like light up the periwinkle as he gets
yeah,
in front of this
she
woman.
did not see that coming and is very, very worried when you do that. So, like, oh no, you're a Jedi?
I said I was a shit. Yeah,
She didn't hear it. So
she
she's
didn't
like,
believe
oh,
it. Yeah,
some
no.
stupid kid. Oh, you're actually a Jedi. You're not just talking trash. Great. So awesome. So you protectively step in front of her, but you're in a room. Like you hear
Yeah.
the blaster fire. It's in another room. So you can protect her all you want in here. You won't even have to roll.
So I think he'll pause for a moment. Is uh waiting to hear because he hears blaster fire. Does he hear anything else? He's got the lightsaber. He's kind of waiting to hear if it sounds like a fight's going on. Does he hear other lightsabers going off? Like,
So Thana, when you go around, Sylphony like finally clocks what you're clocking. Like she picks it up, and then one of the Rhodians shoots at you guys. But you've gotten in a defensible position, so the first one kind of flies wide, and you see it. Brief pause. Original trilogy blasters put chunk holes in walls.
Mm.
That's what this blaster does. So, chunk hole in the wall with these spitzing of some electronics there. Do you ignite your lightsaber, Thana, or is there something else that you do? There's about 7 or 8 of these Rhodians here. What do you do?
Right. So I'm going to immediately go on the defensive. I'm going to try and um, overwhelm them. So yes, as soon as the blasters come out and they start firing, I'm going to pull out my lightsaber, ignite it to defend myself,
Hmm.
and then rush them.
Sweet. Sylphony um, stuffs her credits as she ignites her little lightsaber. I'm imagining she has a lightsaber that's pink and it's bent like Count Dooku's lightsaber was
Mhm.
like, and so her comes out. I don't think she has a pink, like it's a pink blade, but the hilt is like blue or yellow, blue or green. We'll go with the standard colors. And she'll follow behind you, and we'll cut outside to a lolly. Cue me up. What was the last thing that we said? She said, "You left me behind. You offered up your lightsaber. She takes it away from you."
Yeah, she said
And
something about her new master. I was like, no, 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 no. I think I want to look into her heart, see what's there.
oh man, I love it. Please do that.
That is with ordinary, and I got nothing. So yeah, let's go. That's an eight. Um, ask two. Um,
On a hit, ask two. On a 7 to 9, they get to ask you one too. I love moves like this.
yeah,
This
that's
makes me
great.
very happy.
Um, think what do they want me to do first?
What does Cyril want from you right now? You've just given your lightsaber, which kind of proves
I sacrificed
something
my
to her.
lightsaber, in fact, which
Yeah.
maybe takes my guilty off.
Ooh, absolutely.
There
Yeah,
we go.
take off your that is a great sacrifice. Fantastic. What she wants from you, she says, you need to go. You need to leave here. If my master finds you, you need to go. She wants you to leave. She genuinely wants you to leave. She's not worried for you, but there's concern. Like a
Mhm.
bit of the old best friends forever flashes in her eyes.
How can I get you to come back to the temple with me?
Kill her master. My master won't let me. They don't want me.
The
They told
temple?
me, yes.
They told you not to come back.
They told me I was not, that I failed, that I was not worthy, that I
I'll,
cheated.
we'll make them give you a second chance.
You can't make them
That's
do
not
that.
fair.
It's a lie. It's all a lie. And then she turns and she's going to run away.
Does she have a question for me?
She does. She does. I should have asked that before she ran away, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How can she gain influence over you?
Ooh. Um,
By the way, mechanically, you can give any person influence over you just by
yeah.
saying, so you can set this gate up, however.
I don't think she has to do it. I think she has it. I think she gets it. Like,
Okay. How can I
yeah,
gain influence over you? You don't, you already have it. That's fantastic.
yeah, yeah.
Mark that down. And yeah, she says, you need to go, you need to go. And then she seems emotional about this, but she
Mhm.
definitely does not let that lightsaber go. And she turns and she does a quick like leap and she's taking off.
Yeah, no,
That
I'm
is
not
when
going
you
without you. And I go after her.
awesome. You hear blaster fire behind you. Just I
Mm.
want to make sure you hear that before you
Ooh,
take off.
ooh.
Okay, we'll cut away from you. We'll see what
Yeah.
decision you make. Awesome. So inside, Thana, you are looking to defend, right? Because these guys are not very good shots. They're not
Mm,
stormtrooper bad, but
I'm
they you
I'm
are
not
you
looking to
directly
defend.
engaging? Okay, good.
I'm looking to overwhelm them. So I'm rushing them.
That's right. You did say overwhelm. Okay. That sounds fantastic. Let's have you directly engage. Roll with a renegade.
Renegade, that's a -1.
Oh, good. You're made
So
for
yeah,
this.
yeah. Okay. That's a 4.
Awesome. So in
Um, how
yes.
I Whenever I directly engage in a terrifying fashion, I can mark a condition to choose an additional option even on a miss.
Oh, you're gonna
Um,
do that thing? That's awesome.
I think I am. That is going to be directly engage. Um, I want to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. So, and I think I'm going to take angry for that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that you engaged that move. That's perfect. This is the perfect time for it. So a couple of tables get knocked over as you roar and rush forward in a fury. You it's more fury, but you don't land a whole lot of hits because of a miss, but you do choose that option of impress and surprise them. Symphony darts forward beside you. I think that that failure is that she gets knocked off balance. Evnos, in answer to your question of what do I hear, you hear a little bit more blaster fire. You hear the sound of lightsabers swinging and some weird roar, like a lizard-like roar. Like it's pretty terrifying sounding. Um,
Uh, Evanos feels a bit of fear, but steels himself and says, "Stay here, miss. I'll be back to talk to you later. Be safe." And he flings the door open and steps out, lightsaber. And I'm actually going to engage with Fortune's Favored. When you ignore obvious danger to yourself to directly engage a threat, roll with Knight instead of Renegade, as he just immediately is like, action's going on. I'm going in. There's people to protect.
Amazing. That's fantastic. I love it. So, if there are people to protect, you could, if you wanted to specific. It sounds like you want to directly engage, though, right?
Yeah.
Because you're hitting that move. So let's have you directly engage a threat.
Yeah. And I get to use Knight for that. So that is a 2. 10.
Nice. On a hit with directly engage, you trade blows. On a 10 plus, you get to pick two options.
I get to pick 2. I think. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna be fun and not optimal here. Uh, I think what we get is I want to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition, and I want to take their weapons from them.
What does that look like? So you are going to take a hit. Like at some point, one of
Yeah.
them maybe slices out a vibro knife and hits you in the side, so you'll take a powerful blow, but you take their weapons from them. What does that look like,
So
Evnos?
Evnos comes out and he had like the way he's standing now is all poise, it's all safety, it's precision, it is experience, it is tactical awareness. And we watch as it's almost like an outsider watching be like, wow, this almost looks like a choreographed dance as he just like moves and flits between places and like switches his lightsaber, like going up, down, around different hands to just smack into all of the weapons and like he hits one weapon and then turns himself and immediately hits another as he's just like target thwacking every weapon and shattering them with his lightsaber, so focused on getting the dangers out of the hands of others in something that's both elegant and precise that he's not covering himself.
Nice. Yeah. And so you focus on the blaster pistols, and then one of them comes up and stabs you in the side. Please roll to take a powerful blow. And you have oh so many conditions right
I do. He does. So, baby. I
now.
got
Looking.
3. This can only end well. That's a 12.
Wow. Okay, on a 10 plus, choose one. You must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your force powers in a terrible way. Two options from the 7 to 9 list.
Oh, lose control of yourself or your force powers in a terrible way.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Um, I think what happens here, Evnos, is that the leader, the one in the leather vest with the cool buttons And he's the one who defiantly, after you slice this blaster pistol, he quickly pulls out a vibro knife. He stabs you in the side, and reflexively, you call upon your training to just push him, and you force push him, and he slams into the bar, and you see, you hear that sickening crack as his back breaks from the force of what you have done.
Oof. Can I add a little spice onto that?
What's that?
I think what's also very bad and not good is Evnos has not felt pain like this before, and I think he projects it outwards as he loses control of the force.
That's good. That's good. So, Thana, you and Sylphanie, who's still lying on the dance floor, feel this wave of pain, as do all the Rhodians. The Armenian, that Togruta male falls off of the table, clutching his head in pain. The patrons are all like trying to get out of the way of this crazy fight. They fall to the ground in pain as well. Let's cut out to Alali. You had this hard choice to make as your best friend Cyril is running away,
Mm.
and then you hear blaster fire and the sound of lightsabers inside the cantina. What do you do?
Um, Cyril, our friends are in trouble. Come help me and I'll get you back in.
Nice. And she says, I don't want back in. And continues running.
Ooh.
I
Um,
found something better.
no.
And then she
Wow.
leaps up to like a first floor like thing, and then starts doing a like force leap where she's going up a building.
Yeah, I've got to go after her, I think.
Nice. Nice. So you head after her, and you feel this weird wave of pain at your back,
Hmm.
emanating from the cantina, but you're already in. You're a runner right now.
Right.
You even have the t-shirt for it. So let's have you take a chance.
Yeah. That is with Renegade, which is 0. It's a 9.
Ooh, cool. On a 7 to 9, you only get part of what you're after, or it costs you. GM's choice. I think if you want to catch her, you're going to need to mark, you get to choose, but you need to mark a condition that represents the travail of traversing your way up this very tall building.
Hmm. Um, I think I think I'm afraid I'm gonna lose her. Yeah.
Nice, nice, sweet. So, you that fear surges through you. The mantras that Yoda and Yaddle and the others have taught you about how the fear can lead to the dark side echo in your mind. And then finally, you pull yourself up to this rooftop area. And you can see that in this rooftop area, there are several trellises, and there's actual, it's dark. It's mostly like kudzu vine, but there's greenery up here. You can even smell it. Like the air feels a little fresher. And then on top of the trellises, there are these little misters. And so water just kind of wafts down over those, and you see through the trellis like a vine tunnel. You see the Cyril's gone there, and she stops at the end, and she turns and looks back and sees that you're there. You shouldn't have followed me, Alali. And she opens up the lightsaber, and she pulls out that orange kyber crystal. This cost me so much, but it opened a new doorway for me. Thank you for giving it back to me, Lolly. You can leave.
You
I'll let
can
you
come with me.
live.
I'm not leaving you again. I didn't want to leave you the first time.
She clutches it in her fist. And you see this reddish light emanate between her furred fingers, and then she drops it back into the housing, closes it. My master will reward me for killing a Jedi. You should go.
I will ignite my saber. So you've got to come back with me. I'm not letting you go again.
She slides into a form that looks familiar. Um, and I think it's the same form that you fight with as well. I don't know if you've chosen one of the seven forms or all that other kind of legends fun stuff or not. I don't care. It's all cool. You guys are in a thing. And she's gonna move forward. Like, you will never take me to the temple. They denied me, and I have something greater now. I have true power. Unlimited power.
Let's see.
Sweet. So lightsaber coming forward. I think you should directly engage the threat.
Yeah, and since I'm afraid, I'm at a -2 for that.
Oh,
Yeah, straight up -2.
sweet.
Still a 7.
Oh, nice. On a seven, you
Whew.
trade blows. And you get to pick one.
Um, let's. Hmm. I'm gonna impress or surprise. I don't frighten, but like impress and surprise with like I'm actually pretty good at this now, despite your ferocity.
Yeah, when you guys come forward, you hold, and she does the typical like drag the lightsaber across the ground and cut a nasty gash in the thing. And then when the two of you start whipping around, we see that the trellis is cut, and we have all kinds of the misters. So there's steam popping off of both of your lightsabers. We have the orange and the red colors. And every time that we have a shot of Cyril, the red is reflected across her fur, and we see a Lolly's face. And that, I love that picture you have of her, the orange lighting up
Hmm.
her. And there's a point when Cyril steps back and she says, "Which one chose you as to be your master?"
So Sora,
No, I wanted Sora.
you can still have. It's not too late.
It is too late. You need to go. You've learned well. Maybe there's something to what you're doing, but it's not my path anymore.
I told you I didn't choose to leave you before, and I'm not going to do it this time. And I
Man,
will de-ignite my lightsaber and reach out my hand.
sweet. Let us see if you can provoke her to turn herself in.
You,
I am telling you situationally, though, you have a -1 forward because of what she has been indoctrinated with for 10 years.
yeah. I'm no longer guilty though, so I think I'm
Nice.
just at a
The
+1 then.
sacrifice say may have paid off here. Let's see how it goes.
Let's find out. That is a 6.
Oh man, there's a moment where you connect, like your eyes connect, and you see the old Cyril in her eyes. Then that red grows brighter. She force pushes you, and then you see you falling off of the building, falling, falling, falling. Take a powerful blow.
Yes. Just with the one condition right now. That is a 10.
Okay, you get a choice. Remove yourself from the situation. You could just pass out from this, lose control of yourself or your force powers in a terrible way, or two options from the 7 to 9 list.
Yeah, I think I'm out. I'm fall hit the ground. I'm out.
Awesome.
Pavement cracked.
Sweet. Oh, that's so terrible. We
Arm
snap
still out.
back. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, so sad. Sweet. Okay. Um, and we cut back inside. Thana, you you attacked and frightened these guys. Then Evnos came out to help. You saw Sylphony was shot, and Evnos came out and masterfully disarmed the ones that you hadn't already taken care of. And then Evnos gets shivved, and that wave of pain emotion causes you, it's enough to nearly knock you off of your feet. What do you do? You see, these guys are down on the ground. These Rhodians are, their fight has left them. They're terrified.
Okay, so the fight's pretty much over.
Yes,
Um, Evnos, did you get what we needed? And I go over and stand kind of defensively beside him because I know he's wounded.
No, not yet. And he'll like put a hand towards like the wound, like pressing against. Although I guess do vibro knife? That's a weird question. Is it bleeding? Did it cauterize? Like,
no, it does not
okay,
cauterize.
yeah. Presses a hand against the wound, stands up, is shaky, looks like a very pallid. No, not yet. Let's get that information and get out of here. Uh,
This is more than we really asked for.
you get the
I
bitchiest face in response. Like Evnos was like, I knew this was a bad idea.
You hear klaxons outside, several of them arriving, like the sound of them coming, sirens, maybe less than klaxons. And the Armenian bartender is like, I don't know you people, get out of here. Corsics on their way.
so I think I grab um Sylphony
Yeah.
and I look around for Alali and
You have to pick Sylphony up off of the floor. She
I'll
is,
oh
help.
yeah. So the two of you could lift her up. She was shot in the gut and is bleeding very much, a lot, profusely.
This is a tactical
oh
retreat. We need to go.
I uh, I holler at the bartender. Where are the CCs? I'm looking for Sylphony's sister.
Nice. Where are the CCs? That's great. Oh, it's awesome. I love that. Where are the CCs? And the Armenian says, like, where the CCs is a moment of, oh, oh. And he says, they're in the heights.
Um,
So
so I'm gonna head
there
out.
are Corsac folks who are arriving outside and will be coming into this cantina in moments. The Armenian is not going to give you any help. Evnos, that Zeltron woman, she points towards a back door. She reappears from the room that she pulled you in, and she points, you should get out of here.
Uh, Thank
Because
you. And Evnos will like pick up the money that Sylvie probably like dropped and just give it to the Zeltron woman. Just hand that bag to her, and then go to be like, "Thank you. I hope we meet again someday." And just to like go to bring her out. He's got one hand on pressing against his side to keep the blood down. And the other hand is on Sylphony with Thana getting them out that back door.
amazing, amazing. Then we we cut back outside. There's lights flashing. It's obvious there are a couple of speeders from Corsac, Coruscant Security, who are here. A few droids, security droids, are standing around the unconscious body of Lolly Holstack, and um, one of the droids says, "Lady." Lady Vera, we think this one might be from the Jedi Temple. And a Kasurian female steps over your body, Alali, and kneels down. Yeah, it's a curtain Padawan. And that is where we'll end today's session.
No.
I know we have a little time, but I like love where this moment is for folks to pick up next week. So, with that, we have some end of session moves to do. At the end of every session, choose one. Do you grow closer to your teammates, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from your teammates? Thana, did you grow closer, grow away, or grow into your own image of yourself?
Closer.
Okay. Explain who made you feel welcome and give them influence and clear a condition or mark potential.
Um, so Evnos would be the one because he came to back me up, right? And
Nice.
I will mark potential.
Okay. Evnos, it appears you already had influence over Thana, so you get to rearrange Thana's labels. You can raise one and lower one by one. Your choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna lower your consular and raise your renegade.
Ooh, lovely. Alali, even though unconscious, we still want to know, did you grow closer, grow away, or grow into your own image of yourself? Oh, you're muted, Mark.
I think into my own image of myself.
Explain how you see yourself and why, and shift your labels.
I think I see myself as I mean, responsible for something bad, partially, and left my friends behind to pursue something else.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna take, mm, ooh, I'm gonna take Ordinary down and Renegade up.
Evnos, did you grow closer, grow away, or grow into your own image of yourself?
I think the way this is going to end up looking is kind of a way. He's angry, guilty, insecure, bleeding, and this is all y'all motherfucking fault. I told you this was a bad idea. Um, so we're not seeing it directly now, but I think the expansion of what this turns into is that, and I am going to pull influence from me from Thana because I trust Thana to know better than this, but Thana got me involved in this.
Dang. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, okay. All right. Here we go. Sweet. So yeah, you grow away, then you explain how you feel attached, take influence away. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's talk about stars and wishes. So I granted a wish. Cyril returns. Three people wish that, and it's awesome. A 3 for 1. I'm very proud of myself. Yay. Um, we had some previous wishes. Do some sacrifice. Definitely did that. Um, Follow up with special training master. Follow up from Nil Evnos. No, we didn't have that. Nil, and then Thana should reach out through the Force more, figure out how Thana fits in. I think we played on a little bit of those. I think you did some
Mhm.
cool Force stuff, so pretty happy with that. Let's talk about wishes for our fourth session. We start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who has wishes?
I'll
I
start.
go for
Oh,
it.
okay. I would like to comfort and support at the beginning of the session, Evnos, because I have a move. I'm going to say this out loud because I don't want to forget it for next week. I have a move that is if I comfort and support someone and tell them what I envy about them. So, um,
Oh, yes, I
Evno
love that
Evnos just came in and kicked some ass and like all that kind of stuff. Oh, I forgot Evnos won't be here next week. Okay,
I have to go to a stupid wedding.
that's fine.
Boo.
one. Okay, darn it. Bummer. I'm glad you said that, Kay. Cool. So we could just do we want to like pocket in that as a post-credit scene so you at least get to fire that off?
No, story-wise, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I thought it would be a good starting point. Um, it'll happen in the future. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other wishes?
I'll have to think about that.
Okay. And I could always like NPC have notes if we need to fire that off. But I think maybe we'll just lie at that. Mark, did you have any wishes? Seemed like you were raring to go.
Yeah, I don't know about if it's gonna be next session, but definitely get in trouble for coming down here by ourselves. And tell the temple about um tell the temple about Cyril and probably not do what they want about it.
Probably. Okay. What about you? Any wishes?
Yeah. Uh, I am curious to see, yeah, if we have some fun reason for why Evnos isn't there, or is he just in the background next session? I'm curious to see what that looks like. Uh, what's this Dark Sun stuff? What on earth? Uh, and then I'm ready for some real mentor disappointment because Evnon's done screwed the pooch on this one.
It's okay. I'm sure no one will blame you for things except for the person who said, "Yeah, I trust you to make sure that they're going to be okay."
Hmm.
Yep. Cool. You went last with wishes. You get to go first with stars. Did you have any stars, Kay?
Oh, so many stars. First of all, what great dumb rich child. Rich. I just so good. Just Sylvanie's just like shut. I'm like, oh God, like I'm like, Evnos does not have the context from this. He was raised inside a temple, but I, Kay, as someone who grew up in New York and spent a lot of time in New York City, am just
Yeah.
cringing so hard at her, like shaking around the money offering stuff. And I'm like, oh, these children are gonna end up dead. Uh, that was great. I love the Zeltron inclusion. I thought that was super fun. The Togruta, getting those vibes. I was not something I expected to come up, but super fun and interesting, and now I'm very excited about that. Uh, I loved getting to be have Evnos be a badass, but then also like get fucked up. Uh, I love Thana's earnestness and not like she has been they've been very sheltered, and so they don't realize like that, oh no, you're gonna get a lot of rough responses when people actually see you and deal with you. Um, so that was really great, Stephen. I also loved just like how gung ho both Thana and Alali and Symphony were all just about going to get Nil, because that's like peak teenage
Hmm.
academy shenanigans. Mark, I love Alali being like, no, I'm not leaving you. It was never my intention to leave, despite it's been a decade or whatever since you last saw this person.
Mm.
Uh, she's wielding a red lightsaber. Like, this should ping all the alarms, but you still have that very youthful hope of like, oh no, my best friend. And that's just heartbreakingly delightful. And the choice to have a lolly pass out was also just chef kiss.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely. That was great. That was great. Sweet. Mark, you're up next. Any stars left out there for you?
Yeah, no, all super fun. Really great to see 1313 again. Easter eggs all over the place, good stuff. Yeah, the meeting with Cyril and the little chase and that confrontation. I'm so glad the dice went the way they did. That was just exactly the way that should go. Um, yeah, and seeing everyone in new context and how they react to even uh Sylphony, um like in the context of not at the protected temple where we're all you know, relatively safe to do what we want, just seeing the actual danger bring out new things in
Field
people is really awesome to
trip.
see. Yeah,
Sneaking out.
going
Let's
to the
go
big
into this
city.
bar and ask for directions. Great. Uh,
Yeah.
awesome. And then Steven, did you have any stars?
Yes. Thank you very much, Rich, for um the reactions that you put on the table to Thana being different. That really helped push that a little bit further. That was something I was looking for and being able to push that out and, explore the scarred or the differentness, the otherness that's associated with it. Um, I also really liked, so I liked Cyril coming back and all of your responses, Mark. That was just fantastic. I loved, the, well, no, those guys can take care of themselves. I need to go to help Cyril. I left her once before, all that kind of stuff. That was just great. And again, like you said, the dice made it beautiful. Just that
Mhm.
whole story wise was great.
Yep.
And with Evnos, yeah, yeah, I see that. That's awesome. I'm sorry, Mark just indicated that Alali had lost one of her lightsabers in the image behind him, so that's
Oh,
very good. I'm
great.
just saying that out loud for those listening to the podcast.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Um, and Evnos, I loved your interaction and your story of like, I don't know my people, and then how it was brought in, and Rich brought in, oh, your people are the head of a crime syndicate, and you look a lot like them, and then Evnos is rolling with it like, I don't know what any of this is, and trying to connect with the other Zeltron that was there and all of that. That was just gorgeous. It was very, very good.
Yay. I'm very glad this game went well for y'all. I am very happy with it as well. I definitely wanted like Coruscant, you gotta have 1313. And I felt weird. I mentioned this before we started recording. I felt weird, like you're technically going after a PC that isn't here partially because the player isn't here, and I feel guilty about that, but also it wasn't, as you saw, not really about that. So I'm glad you guys were cool with it. I really appreciate it. I'm also glad that Kay failed to talk you out of it because I was like, oh shit, Evno, stop.
Yeah, no, that was IK having to be like, okay, as a player, he needs to not fuck this up, but as a character, he needs to at least give some pushback.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's similar to how things went with Cyril. I realized I'm not going to force this. Like there was an instinct. Older GM me might have said, "Hey, Kay, maybe we just give in to this," but then I'm like, "Well, no. Like, let's see how this goes." And the same thing with Cyril. Like, no, Cyril should get away. Maybe I just say they get away. Rocks fall, you die. No, the dice were told a much better story,
Yeah.
much more interesting, much more layered, and we got to see the moment of her bleeding the crystals. I was very
Yeah.
excited I could
Perfect.
have that. Oof, oof, oof. I did not want to have the weird. I thought the way they did an Acolyte was okay-ish, but I like our stuff better. So, with that, we will bring this session to a close. I appreciate you guys for playing, and anybody who watched or listened.